Hi, my name is Herrera, and today I'll be presenting to you on the stages of language development and ways to promote language growth. This is for infants through toddlers. From the day a child is born, they are ready to learn about the world around them. This includes learning language. As an infant's brain is developing and growing, it is also absorbing every word that is being spoken. As an infant becomes a toddler, and then a 2-year-old, they will use these words that they heard from birth. The more words that their brain absorbed, the more words they will be able to speak. As they begin preschool, their language skills are being refined through learning proper grammar and different ways to speak. These skills are what they learn from birth and will help them with their reading and writing skills. Throughout this presentation, I will help you understand how language is learned and what the language milestones are for infants through toddlers, while providing you ways to encourage language development. These milestones are all approximately where an infant should be at. A delay is considered when an infant is more than 3 months behind. Learning language is best compared to building a house. The foundation, or an infant's first few weeks of life, is the beginning to understanding language. Newborns are learning that crying is getting them a diaper change, food, a nap, and most importantly, attention. They are learning the people's voices that are involved in their life, along with the different sounds in the environment. As the structure of the house is being built, the infant is beginning to use the sounds they hear in their own vocabulary. They are learning to say vowel sounds, laugh, and giggle, and start to communicate and have conversations with the people who care for them. Now the house is getting walls and rooms. By this point of language development, the infant, who is now a toddler, has already learned how to have conversations and have absorbed many words. This is when the toddler begins to speak his first words, and by the age of 2 is beginning to put multiple words together to make sentences. Now, the house is completed, and this is where the preschooler is refining their language skills through proper grammars and learning new words to add to their vocabulary. Literacy skills also begin to emerge at this age as they are relating to stories, telling stories, and even beginning to read. Shortly after a baby is born, they will begin to smile. They will often smile at you when you are talking to them. As you are talking to them, they are paying attention to what you are saying and focusing only on you. As you know, infants do more than just smile. They also cry. An infant's cry is their way of communicating to you. As they are learning about their environment, they are learning to change their cry to mean different things. One cry could mean a diaper change, another could mean a nap, and still another could mean a bottle. As a parent or educator, you begin to learn which cry means what. Not only are these infants smiling and crying, they are also listening to every sound they are hearing. As they are listening, they are beginning to realize that each sound means something different. This is where they are learning your voice and remembering your sound. With each new sound, there might be a few that startles them. These often loud sounds is the vacuum cleaner or something being dropped. As your infant is startled, they may start to cry or make a funny face. As your infant is learning how to communicate and respond to their environment, they will begin to repeat the sounds they hear. First, they will start cooing and making gurgling sounds. These cooing sounds are often heard at the back of the throat and are repetitions of what they have heard in their environment. Over a couple months, these cooing sounds will start to sound like vowel sounds. This occurs closer to 3 months of age. As they are making these sounds, you will actually be able to hear the vowel sounds as your infant is repeating them back to you. As your infant enters into these milestones, they are laughing and starting to follow sounds that they hear. As they hear your voice, they will track you. And they will do the same with toys that make sounds, along with other sounds in their environment. Around 4 months old, the sounds they are making sounds more like our language. By this age, our infant will make a variety of different sounds. This includes gurgling, babbling, more cooing, and even repeating of vowel sounds. Each sound your infant is making is more conversational as they incorporate the sounds into their language. By the age of 6 months, they understand their native language and may sound like they are speaking. At this age, they are adding more consonants to their vocabulary. These include the B, D, N, P, and T sounds. They are using these consonants with the vowel sounds to make words, such as ma, ba, and da. These words are repetitions of what they are hearing. However, your infant doesn't know the meaning of these words yet. As you speak to your infant during this time, they will begin to speak back to you. Remember to let them respond to what you are saying. As you are speaking to them, they will respond to your tone of voice. This response may be a laugh, a smile, and maybe even a cry. Now your infant is learning the meaning of words and even responding to them. When you ask them questions or ask them to do something, they will begin to respond. This response might be a gesture, a point, or even showing you that they understand. Your infant might also shake their head yes and no. Since the word no is used so often in our vocabulary, they will begin to understand the meaning of this word. With sounds in their environment, they will stop and look at where this sound is coming from. This will also occur when you speak to your infant. They will stop what they are doing and focus only on you. They will listen to what you are telling them. As you are speaking to them, they will have conversations. They will imitate the sounds that you are saying, such as consonants and vowel sounds. At this age, they are learning more consonants to add to their vocabulary. These sounds include the F, V, S, Z, H, K, and J. Now that we understand what our infant is learning, we can begin to understand how to support their language development. And there are 4 ways that you can support your infant's language development. The first way is through playing games. You can play peekaboo, patty cake, pass a toy back and forth, make a game up, or even go to the internet to get some ideas. Your infant will respond to this time with smiles and laughter. The second way is having story time. This is a special time between you and your infant as you read them a story, and be sure that you give them a chance to point out which story they want to hear. As you read the story, read it with various tones and voices so that your infant can begin to understand the feelings of the characters in the story. Also, point to the pictures while encouraging your infant to do the same. The third way is to simply speak to your infant. Look your infant in the eye when talking to them. While you are doing this, you are teaching them the foundation of talking to others. While you are talking to them, repeat what they are saying. Then you can add new words to their vocabulary by describing what they are pointing to, how they are feeling, and what you are about to do with them. When you are having conversations with them, give them a chance to respond to you with their own sounds and gestures. The fourth way is just to have random conversations with your infant. Talk to them during meal times, in the car, at the grocery store, anywhere and everywhere that you are with your infant. The more you talk to your infant, the more words they will absorb and eventually understand the meaning to. Now I'm going to show you a short little video. In this video, you're going to be seeing a mother singing a song to her 3-month-old. Listen to the infant as he joins in this singing.
Ready? Over the mountain and the sea, your river runs with love for me. And I will open up my heart, let the healer set me free. Happy to be in the truth, and I will daily lift my hands. For I will always sing when your love came down. I could sing of your love forever. I could sing of your love forever.
Through singing to your infant, you are giving them new words to absorb, while you are also teaching them a new way to communicate. When they join in with you, they are imitating what you are doing, even though it might not sound like language. Now let's focus back to language milestones in the toddler years. As your toddler becomes 12 months old, they want to start having their own conversations. Their conversations will include gestures along with words to communicate. While they are communicating, they will use one words and sometimes two, and will often copy what you have said. Throughout their conversations, they will be changing their tone of voice. Their tone will reflect what they are trying to tell you. Your toddler will also respond to simple requests. Simple and to the point requests are the ones that they can easily follow and respond to. By 18 months, your toddler will be saying several single and even two-word sentences. By 24 months, they will have a large repertoire of words and will be using these words in 2 to 4 words in a sentence. Now, when they are communicating with you, they will be using words along with the new consonants that they can say. They can follow simple commands and questions, and they will respond to what you have told them to do. They are also enjoying listening to their favorite story and or rhyme over and over again. At this age, they know a word for everything while understanding the meaning to these words. They also know the names of the people who care for them and can name their own body parts. Most importantly, their language can be understood. However, their grammar and some sounds are said incorrectly. They enjoy having conversations and even listening to those speaking. During their conversations, they will use 2 to 3 words in simple sentences. On top of using these simple sentences, they'll start to string sentences together to form an idea. Now, they can fully express their wants and needs without using gestures and pointing. They are more than eager at this age to share their idea of what they want. While they are listening to your private conversations, they will often repeat what you have said. If you are giving them a 1 or 2-step command, they can respond to what you are asking of them. At this age, they still enjoy pointing to objects, but can now name the object that they are pointing to. Now that we understand the language development of toddlers, we can support them in their language development. And you can start this by having conversations with your toddler. These conversations can occur anywhere, in the bath, the car, during meals, anywhere you are with your toddlers. While you are having your conversations, stay with the same topic and use simple sentences. This will allow your toddler to follow what you are saying without getting them bored or confused. This also gives them a chance to join into the conversation. When they are talking to you, don't correct their grammar. Let them speak in their own way, and eventually they will correct what they are saying. Instead, you can restate what they said to clarify what they are asking. If a toddler is talking to someone that cannot understand them, you may translate what they are telling this person. You can continue to build their vocabulary while giving them the meaning of words by describing what they are pointing to and what they are playing with. Also, have random conversations with your toddler. Conversations can occur anywhere as long as your toddler is alert. Building vocabulary can continue during story time. Let your toddler pick their favorite story and ask them if they want to read the story to you. While you are reading, ask them questions, point and describe the pictures. If your toddler wanders off, don't stop reading. Continue reading, and you might be surprised that your toddler comes back to hear the end of the story. If there are no books around, or during one of your random conversations, make up your own story. You can tell your toddler a story about themselves, or you could just make up your own characters. While you are building their vocabulary, you can start to teach them about letters and sounds. This can be done while you are out and about or even at home by simply reading the words around you. Read the words that your toddler is pointing to, or draw their attention to a word that you are pointing to. You can read road signs, words in the grocery store. Words are everywhere. All you need to do is find them and read them to your toddler. As you are reading these words, say the letters and sounds that they make. This is the age where your toddler will enjoy reading their name. And you can encourage this by writing their name out, saying the letters in their names, and even their sounds. As they are reading your name, you can also encourage them to write their name. Give them a piece of paper and some crayons, and they will love to write as many letters as they want. However, it might not be very readable at this time. I'll have 2 short videos for you at this time. In this first video, you will see a 22-month-old singing his ABCs, and then he will be singing Baba Black Sheep. Listen to the sounds that this toddler can say.
Watch out. You're a goof. You swallow your waffle. Are you being very silly?
A, B, C, D, E, I, G, E, I, G, G, Mama, P, Q, I, C, U, P, Mama,
W. W.
W, X, Y, Z,
Good. Keep going.
my.
You're doing so good at singing. Excuse me. What was that? You little stinker. Toot. Can you sing Baba Black Sheep?
Baba, sheep, Baba, sheep, toot.
No.
Mama, sheep, toot.
Baba Black Sheep didn't toot. You're a goof.
Baba, sheep, toot.
No.
Baba, sheep, toot.
Say bye-bye, camera.
Baba, Tama.
Through having conversations and teaching your toddlers new vocabulary, your toddler will be able to join in with this 22-month-old. In this second video, pay attention to how this mother is teaching her daughter through a song while keeping her active.
So if they're babies, what you can do is you can put them on your lap and you can do a lap bounce like this. And the song goes like this. The Royal Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Yay! Again, okay. So if they're toddlers, what you can do is you can get up and get them moving. You ready? We'll march, okay? So, here we go. Ready? The Royal Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. Were they down? And when they were only halfway up, go halfway, they were neither up nor down. Yay!
Through songs and acting them out, you are teaching your toddler new words along with new meanings. As parents and educators, we can do the same for the children in our care. Each infant and toddler is unique in their own way. Since they are unique, they learn language at their own time. The milestones listed throughout this presentation are guidelines of certain language skills that they can do. However, if your infant or toddler is not meeting all these milestones within 3 months or more, this might be a delay. Also, always trust your instincts. If you feel your infant or toddler is not where they should be at for language, consult your doctor. Your doctor will then refer you to a speech pathologist or ask you to work with your toddler at home. It is essential that you seek help for your infant or toddler's language delay so they can be successful with their language. reading, and writing in the future. Through understanding how infants learn language and the milestones of language development will help us support them during this time of their life. This understanding will give us a picture of what the infant can achieve so that we can better support them. Language is a big part of life, and it is essential that we give our infants and toddlers a strong foundation. This foundation sets the groundwork for later success in reading and writing, and it starts when they are born. Once this foundation is established, there is no redos. This foundation teaches infants how to communicate while they are beginning to understand the meaning of words. As the infant becomes a toddler, these skills learned at birth are now being used in their everyday vocabulary and actions. They are using what we taught them. As the toddler turns 3 and then 4 and so on, these skills that we taught them are being refined as they are making their skills their own. This is why that we as parents and educators make communicating with our newborns, infants, and toddlers a priority. This communication will help them understand the world around them while absorbing many words. We are setting them up for success in the future. Thank you so much for devoting your time to my presentation. I hope that this provided you with knowledgeable information and tools that you can use with your infant and toddler. I will accept any questions that you have at this time. Please use the handout, which is the milestone checklist, as a tool to determine where your child's language skills are at. Remember, a delay is considered when your infant or toddler is more than 3 months behind, or if your instincts are telling you that there is a problem. Here are my references. Thank you again for listening to my presentation.